My dear Cameroonian brothers, this is Makia Epie with my weekly summary of I Wonder Why. This year is really personal. I'm wondering why I, as a Cameroonian, have not been outspoken about this. And the issue I'm talking about is the issue of the treatment of the French people of Cameroonians. The history of the French is now coming out. For many years, this was buried, and I am really referring to the period between the 40s and the early 60s, right after we became, quote, independent from France and Great Britain. You know, the French have a larger area, a larger population than the former British colony. But then, by birth, our people are one. And what has been done to the people in the eastern province of Cameroon has been done to all Cameroonians. Mr. Hollande, permit me to welcome you in retrospect to Cameroon, a country that the French call their friend. Your visit left me baffled. You come to visit a friend and you cannot spend the night, but you run away to another country to spend several nights there. Even though this country you call a friend, Cameroon, we now know, has supported your well-being for decades. Some of our brothers were killed by your people, the French, by you, the French. I'm speaking now about the Bamileke people. You have never apologized for this. And in fact, I do not expect you to apologize. I expect my Cameroonian brothers who are in authority to apologize for not pursuing you in the court of international law to bring you up for prosecution for the thousands of lives that you destroyed in Cameroon. Estimates range from 200 to 250,000 Bamileke people mostly, who were killed by you, the French. So I am calling on my brothers who are Cameroonians. We need to find a medium to come together. If the nation of Israel can pursue people who killed Jews many years before you French killed thousands in Cameroon in international courts, there is no reason why we cannot come together and pursue the French to bring them to justice. This hurts so much. The written speech that I had, I'm going to do away with it and just say the bonds that you tied my fellow brothers prior to, quote, independence, those agreements are not a void. You signed them with individuals. Cameroon was not a nation as we now know it when you entered into agreement with them. I do not see why we Cameroonians still have to support your economy, your life lifestyle, your health, through agreements that you signed with a non-entity. We should not abide by that. And I'm begging you, my brothers, there is no reason why we have to safeguard the interests of France in Cameroon, interests that were granted them prior to the unification of southwestern Cameroon and eastern Cameroon. That does not, it does not exist as far as I'm concerned. And we should bring France up for criminal prosecution for the thousands and thousands of Cameroonians that they killed. If you want to go back and read this history, be my guest. You can Google it and you can find books and articles about the agreements that were signed by the French, whereby we are actually supporting them. We do not have an economy independent of France. We do not need to have a French franc. We do not have to have franc as our monetary system. We do not need that. We do not have to have our money in reserve in France. We do not have to in 2015. Mr. Hollande, if you are a man of conscience, you will know that what I'm saying is correct. You had a revolution in your country because your people felt oppressed. I feel oppressed by you, France. I just can't take this anymore. If you are a Cameroonian of good conscience, you need to read these articles. You need to start speaking out. We need a forum whereby we can come together and bring France to justice. And please, for God's sake, stop that contract, whatever contracts you have with them. I'm not going to go into details. I spent all night, my eyes are swollen trying to read these documents, and they just make me mad. I am disgusted. In 2015. And if other European or Western countries are turning a blind eye to what was done to Cameroon, you are also co-conspirators and you are guilty.